Okay, welcome everyone to today's training. And what we're going to be talking about is how to create online programs that sell like hotcakes. That's the theme for today. Now it's 10:59. So we're just going to wait for a few more people to jump on. So we'll start strictly at 11 o'clock. So just before everyone jumps on, what I want to share a little bit about is what our journey has been in the context of creating online courses. One thing that we've certainly found over the years is that we've specialized, that is Life Beyond Limits has specialized very much in teaching life coaching, teaching neuro-linguistic programming, public speaking, trainer training. And a little while back, we had a number of our students who, many of them who'd gone through our, speaker programs and others, and asked us, how do we do our online courses? Because of course, COVID happened. And what they were really looking to do was to really change the game. And that was to be able to tap into new levels of income. Some of our students, for example, during COVID, their businesses just completely dried up, and particularly those people who relied on corporate training, live training, stuff like that. Some retailers and various people who just couldn't operate or function in their business anymore. So one of the things that we've been doing for a long, long time is building our Life Beyond Limits family. And we have many wonderful, wonderful people who have come through our programs, who we have trained over the years. So when they reached out to us and asked us, how do you create online courses? You've been doing this for many, many years. Can you teach us how to do it? So hence, that's how this came about. It was something that, it's one of those things that when you're asked it, you realize, wow, why didn't we teach this years ago? And we could have been helping many, many people to put, all their great intellectual property, all their massive library of knowledge onto the World Wide Web. And something that we've certainly seen as far as COVID is concerned is we have seen an enormous amount of people coming into our online programs. We have seen things like Zoom recipients or Zoom members that have increased by something like 300, but no, actually, I think it was 3,000%, enormous growth in the online space. So one of the things that we really care about, and something that really sits underneath and behind everything that we do, is what we think about when we create online courses or we create programs for people to learn from. We think, how can we advance humanity? How can we ascend their thinking? How can we get them out of the illusion that many, many people get themselves into? So for many, many years, we created programs like Millionaire Master Academy to teach people that really the money game is all up here. It really, really is. It doesn't discriminate by your education. It doesn't discriminate by your skills, your talents, or anything at all along those lines. So from that particular perspective, a lot of what we like to do is help to unplug people from the illusion. And today, what I want to do is exactly that. I want to unplug you from any illusion that you might have that you are limited in your income potential. The great thing about the online space is that you can create whatever you want and to whatever degree you want. It's just really a matter of knowing what to do, where to go, and how to do it. And today, what I want to do is give you essentially some of the nuts and bolts as to how you can actually put yourself online. Now, if it's okay with you, I have just taken off the function of comments and so forth, because today we've got a lot to get through, and I'm going to aim to get this finished in about an hour, give a few minutes. So I'm going to launch right into it so you get a sense as to how you can start earning income online, and at the same time, help an enormous amount of people out there to do your courses and learn from you and get value from you. So my backdrop here, of course, is a library, and there is so much really good content out there. And we created a program called Income Incubator quite some time ago. We've had a lot of great people come through it. And there are people now in the programs that are building programs and have built programs and are now getting many, many students coming into their programs that are teaching people how to eat the right foods, how to create sustainable farming economies, how to actually learn how to read. Very, very simple courses, but highly, highly attractive. How to get out of anxiety, how to begin to dump depression completely, how to make money in real estate, how to make money in shares and stocks and all of these sorts of things. So there's really great information out there. And this is all about getting that great information out into the marketplace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to run through this with you so you know exactly how to make this work for you. So the theme for today is how to create online courses that sell like hotcakes. So let's dive into it right now. So this webinar is for these types of people, and hopefully you are one of these people. So you want to quit the time for money game and get out of just exchanging time for money, and finding yourself very time poor as a result. Or those who feel that it's time for more life and less work. And there are certainly ways that you can do this. Back in 2008, I did exactly that. And today I have more time and more money and more freedom than I've ever had. But I strategically created that opportunity, and I followed what I will share with you in this program. So the other is to get off the hamster wheel and live a laptop sort of lifestyle. It's one thing that we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to live anywhere in the world. A little bit more challenging these days, but to be able to live anywhere in the world and actually still create income without having to go to a job every day. And another is employees who want to become their own boss, essentially, and entrepreneurs who are looking for another income stream. Coaches, consultants, teachers, authors, and content creators who want to really leverage their knowledge. And believe you me, everybody, and I mean everybody, has at least $10,000 a month in their head that can start creating that sort of level of income on a monthly basis, just by putting it out there in the wide world of information. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I just want to give you a little bit of a background. Essentially, I started in advertising, marketing, and then I went on to sales. So I worked for News Limited. I had my own advertising agencies and worked for Clemenger and other agencies years ago. So I've got a background in advertising. I've got a background in marketing, and I'm a problem solver, very much so. And I really discovered this back in 2002. I went down the self-development route, and I learned life coaching, I learned neuro-linguistic programming, and I learned a whole host of things that helped solve people's problems. And I've been doing that actually ever since. We incorporated Life Beyond Limits, which is our company, in 2004, and we've produced hundreds of training videos. I've written thousands and thousands of training pages, you know, all sorts of manuals for all sorts of things, and I'll certainly show you how to do that. And I have under my belt currently about 25,000 hours of coaching and training. So this is not theory. This is stuff that I have proven and applied, and it actually works. I've made around $4 million profit in training alone. That's not including the coaching, the various other products we have, the books and so forth. And I believe that my core skill is essentially simplifying the complex. And life can be incredibly complex, but you can simplify it if you know how. So I've also written a number of books, and the reason I've written those books is because I really want to help humanity unplug out of the illusions and realize that they can create any sort of courageous life, shift their beliefs, have richer ways of thinking. And I've also helped a lot of life coaches, to start creating incredible incomes. And so that's been my focus for quite a number of years. The book's just kind of parts of my journey, and I see my books as opportunities for people to read them easily and be able to get information that they're really seeking to help them to see the world in a much better way. This is my world now. So this is where I live. I live on the Sapphire Coast of New South Wales. I truly did. I discovered how to create a life beyond limits. And my limit was my glass ceiling of income. My limit was I was a busy guy. I was always complaining that I didn't have enough time. These were two incredible illusions that I shattered. And I've realized that you can have as much time as you want. You can have as much money as you want, but you've got to have strategies and mindset to match. So let's scope this out. Let's look at the online market and get a sense of what is the size of the market and what do people think about the actual market. So this is based on some research. What I discovered is that 79% of online learning students, I'm calling them OL, believe that online training is equal or better than live training. And that's huge when you think about it, as many people have this illusion that live training is better or superior to online learning. That's not the case, because 79% of people believe it's equal or better. 57% of schools actually agree with that. And they'd be the people that you would think wouldn't agree with that, because of course they've got a vested interest in getting you into school. Of course, the game is certainly changed. 77% of US companies used online training in 2017. Of course, that number is increasing all the time. And the US government spent $2.59 billion in online learning. Now, this was some interesting information. We discovered that every $1 invested in online learning creates an extra $30 in productivity. So every $1 spent gains at least another $29, essentially. So that was a really great piece of information. We discovered that business is starting to credit online learning as being a really good way to boost their business. They also discovered that $1,500 invested in online learning equaled an increase of profit of 24%, which is huge. Now, here's the big one. Online learning cuts energy consumption by 90%. Now, over this year, I've only done one training, and that was just as COVID was happening. We were running our speaker training, and that is it. I haven't jumped on an airplane. I haven't been in hotel rooms. I haven't expended any fuel. Haven't had to print up a number of manuals. So you can start to understand why online learning reduces our consumption of energy by 90%. And I think this is going to be a big key figure as we roll out our future. So here is the size of the market. In 2020, they estimated, this by the way was back in 2017, they estimated in 2020 that the market would be worth $188 billion. By 2015, it was 107. So there was a big increase to 188 was their projection. And their projection for 2025 was 320 billion, and we're talking in US dollars. So what we can begin to see is a bit of a spike going on. And this was prior to COVID. Now, my guess is this market has changed completely and grown enormously. So if you think about that, if you created online courses and you did it very badly, and you only got 0.001% of the 2025 market, that equates to 3.2 million US. So this is certainly an industry that you can build a seven-figure business quite easily. However, please don't let these numbers intimidate you, because I know sometimes when you start talking in millions, it intimidates some people. So please don't think along those lines. Understand that the potential is there for everyone, including you. Now, the thing that we've also realized is the world needs your content. Ever since COVID happened, there has been a massive reach out for more and more data. And as I said, our online courses are booming. We're getting lots and lots of people who are all saying, well, I've got all this time, so I may as well learn how to become a life coach or learn NLP or learn from our Rich Mind program or improve my mindset around money and those sorts of things. So we're getting a lot of people, slamming our websites, slamming our landing pages and coming and purchasing various products. So here is what KPMG said about post-COVID-19 predictions. So they essentially said that accelerated growth in digital interactions will play out at a scale across all industries, impacting both large and small enterprises. So we're going to be moving, of course, into the digital space more and more. We've already seen that. Remote working, both part-time and full-time, will rise across all industries, and demand for commercial real estate will decline. How many companies right now are looking at their floor and thinking, why are we renting all this space when half of our or all our employees are actually at home right now? So I think there's going to be a lot of people, I think KPMG are right here. I think a lot of people will look at that and say, well, it's working, we've got it working, we've got staff who are working from home, we can keep this going. And it makes sense. Measurement of work will increasingly become more about outcome rather than the input, and need for digital training will increase. So therefore, what you can actually do is you can create training programs, sell them to various companies, and they can allow all their employees to go through those training programs. And as we saw in the previous data, we see increases in profit when that happens. Plus, the great thing is you can standardize your training, which is a huge opportunity. We've got many companies who are talking to us about creating programs exactly for that purpose, to teach employees how to have an improved mindset. So if we look at these predictions, I believe that these predictions are probably conservative. We don't know that for a fact because the fact will only be proven by 2025. But what we do believe is that market is probably understated, given it was researched before COVID. So the question is, how do you really get started? So let me dive into this. These are essentially the 10 steps to launch your online training business. And if you follow our complete system, literally anyone can do this. We went out quite some time ago. We did a trial with a group just to test our program, just to make sure that it works. And it worked. And not only that, we got great feedback, so we improved it even further. And we added all these incredible modules to help our students gain success, because that's ultimately what we're about, helping people to create success. So here are the 10 steps to actually launch. So the first is determine your passion, determine something that you really care about. Test the demand to make sure that there is, in fact, a demand for what you're going to put out there. Then determine the outcomes of your courses. What is the promised outcome of your course is a very important step. Step 4 is now get your content together. Start to plan your actual content. What's going to be in it to achieve that particular outcome that you set for yourself? And then you modularize it in a sequential, most logical type space. Now, I know I'm talking really quickly and I'm giving you a lot of information here. The thing to understand is at the very end, I'm going to give you my email address. You can simply email me and I'll give you the entire slide deck. So feel free to maybe take notes other than what is on these slide decks. So let's continue. The next point is delivery. How do you actually deliver your courses? Where do you put them? Where do you actually place them? And we talk about either creating a school or going into a school that is a place that already has many students. And we found one that has 50 million students in it. The next question in building your course is, how do you produce them? How do you put them together? How do you film? What equipment do you use? Now, one thing I'll share with you at this particular juncture is you can basically create your own courses with your iPhone or smartphone. You don't have to go out and get elaborate equipment. However, you can, though you can do all of this on your iPhone. There's a few little tweaks that you need to know, but to get the quality up, but you can do it on your iPhone or smartphone. The next thing that you need to do is position them. Now, this is a real key piece. You've actually got to position your courses so that people can get the value of what you're providing and then create an opportunity for them to say, yes, this is the course for me. Then finally, launch your actual course into the World Wide Web, essentially. So they are essentially the 10 steps. So let's start with passion. So the first thing that you need to do is pick a passionate course topic, something that you care about, because sure, now there are many people that we've taught that are actually doing courses they don't care about. They're just doing courses, putting them out there to create extra income while they sleep. And that's fine. However, I find that the people who produce courses that typically have some connection to what they really care about, the actual quality of the courses and the content in the courses tend to be better. If there's anything that we find that we've really got to coach people on, is to keep their courses smaller rather than making them mammoth. It's better to keep your course nice and short and sharp and simple. And then that way it's easy to sell. It's easy to get many people through it, because if your course goes for too long, it's a bit daunting for people. So anything that is worth teaching is certainly worth learning. And that's one thing that you need to think about. And you'd be surprised to know that there are people out there that literally will learn anything, including how to use Excel, how to basically use Word, how to upload your YouTube videos and things like that. Don't think that you've got to put complex concepts out there. So think skills. What skills do you have? What talents do you have? And what life experiences do you have? The idea of a course is to fast track someone, allow them to move much quicker. And the truth is, it does not have to be university standard. This is not university. This is you providing information to an audience. And you don't have to run like a degree may run, for 3 or so years. And you don't even have to go through the standard of a certificate. Many of our students are creating courses that people can actually do in a day, but it fast tracks them. It makes them jump hurdles that they couldn't jump before and get to results that they couldn't get to before. So don't think that your course has to be long and arduous. You can create courses in a very, very simple way. So consider teaching something that you love doing. If there's something that you absolutely love, if it's dance, for example, you can even teach dance, online these days, where basically someone can put up your course on the screen and just follow your moves, and you could teach literally anything. But consider what you really love doing. Another thing to think about is think of something that you're often teaching your friends to do, little tricks, little tips, little things that, kind of make you special. Maybe you've got some great party tricks or things that you really, really want to teach. Of course, we've got many people in our programs that are hypnotherapists and coaches and so forth. So, they're going quite deep into concepts to help people to live better lives. But you can equally teach card tricks, magic tricks, anything. Now, this particular gentleman, Shani Raja, he created a course called How to Write with Flair. Now, it's a very simple course, how to write with flair, how to improve your writing skills, so you can write better in your corporate, emails and projects and proposals and so forth, or to actually write a book or to write blogs, but how to actually write with flair. It's $200 US for his course. And he's now got, at last count, 42,798 students. So do the math and you'll begin to see that there is a huge, huge opportunity there. Let's go to something a little bit more banal. how to use Microsoft Excel. That's a $50 course, very short course, $50, how to use Microsoft Excel, something that, some people do need to know how to do. Has 72,416 students. Again, do the math. You can see that there is incredible opportunity, and that's just one course. So this is our Rich Mind online training program. This used to be a program that we basically, it came off a book that I wrote many years ago called Life Beyond Limits, and it was really the practice of how to, think richer. Now, that's how to create a rich mind, and it sells plus or minus around $100 for that particular program. And we've now got 14,796 students as at last night. So as you can see, there's a lot of opportunity, and you can go in lots of different directions with your content. Here is something more skill-based. And this is our life coach and NLP practitioner training. And it sells normally for $19.97, and we've had to date 4,202 students as at last night. So there is a huge amount of opportunity in delivering great content. And, I used to be a live trainer and teaching this sort of course live, but something that I found is I used to believe that live was superior, online would never be as good. Only yesterday, I got an assessment from one of our students in this program, and I'm the only one that actually marks the assessments because I'm the accredited guy. And so I went through the assessment, and this particular student had done as well, if not better, than some of our live training students. So, online is now quite superior in many, many ways. The great thing is, online, if we want to add more content and give more, we can. In a live training situation, we can't. We're limited to our 8 days or 7 days or 9 days, however long we're in a training room. After that, it's over. And we can't take it back. We can't allow people to review it unless they come back in the room and do it again. Online training, it's for life. All our courses, people can keep going back and reviewing the material again and again and again. It's cheaper, it's easier, it's flexible, it's more convenient, and the quality of the content is just as good as the live stuff. In fact, many of our courses were actually recorded live. So they're the actual live training, just simply recorded on a film. Step 2 is demand. And this is an important step. A lot of people miss this step, and as a result, they pay the price of it. Step 2, what you need to be able to do is find out if there's some real demand for your course. Don't just go ahead, design your course, build it, put it out there, and you hear crickets. You really want to test it first to make sure there's demand, because quite often, the one thing that determines demand is how you title your course. And I'll be talking about that in a moment. So test your course title on social media. So you want to be able to grab your course title, and put it up on social media and get a sense if people are really interested. And, in our program, we provide you with all the templates and the wording and the systems and all of that. So you can do this quite easily just by cut and paste and add your little pieces in there. Another way to do this is create a trial training with a group of friends. I created a workshop many years ago called Wealth Weekend. And what I did is I got a group of friends, some psychologists, some counselors, I had a lawyer, a financial planner in there, a whole group of people. And they were there to really, so I could trial my content to make sure that it worked. And what I found is by the end of it, I got such good feedback that we adjusted our course, and then we went live and we ran that program for literally years. So that's a great way to test demand to make sure that people will be interested in your course. Now, step 3, 4, and 5 is outcomes, content, and modules. Now, this is very key piece, and this is how you actually design your courses. So the things that you're doing is the way to think about this actually is that your outcomes determine your students' final destination, so where they're actually going. Your content is what you're putting in their backpacks, what skills you're giving them, what knowledge you're teaching them, so that they can get to that final destination. And then finally, your modules are essentially the staircase that leads you to that final outcome. And that's a good way to think about it. But let me go a little bit deeper for you. So when we were creating our program, which has come to be known as Incubator, Online Courses Made Simple, what we did is step one is you create your outcome first. You work out what is the thing that you really want people to achieve as a result of your course. So for example, the outcome here was how to build an online course. It was a very simple outcome, teaching people exactly how to build an online course and how to, of course, put it online. So we then put it into modules. So the first module is passion. The second module I've shared with you, which is demand. And we're now in the outcome, content, and modules part of the steps. Then we move to determining how we're going to deliver it. Then we start getting into production, because how you're going to deliver it determines how you produce it. And then positioning of it to make sure it's finely tuned, that it's got some really good pieces to ensure that people will buy them, because that's all important. And then finally, the launch phase, how you actually launch your program. So they are the modules, and there is a particular technique we do and use to get all of this together. It's usually a lot of brainstorming and then sequencing. And so now what we do is we asked the typical questions that people would be asking. So what can you teach? What can't you teach? Demand. Is there actually a demand for your course? What will it have to have in it? How will you deliver it? How will you produce it? How will you get attention to it? That is, how will you get eyes on your prize? And finally, how to launch it into cyberspace so that people buy it. And these essentially were the 7 key steps and pieces that we decided was important for our program. So the next thing that you do is you put the content down. You work out what are the actual content pieces that are in your course. Now, when you get to the position stage, which is step number 6, what you now do is you re-look at your course and consider, are there more modules that need to be put in it? And we did. We thought, instead of creating an outcome, which was how to build online courses, we also realized that a big piece and a very important piece was learn how to market it so that it generates high 6-figure returns, if not even 7-figure returns. So from that perspective, it changed the game. So we went deeper with our content. So in the demand module, we decided to teach people how to pre-sell, what words to use, what mediums to use, how to do it without spending 1 cent, and how to write teaser copy. So we started getting quite deep into teaching people copywriting so that they can learn what to say in their actual copy to make it compelling and appealing. And we also incorporated a $1 million webinar system in that as well. In the delivery school, we found a high traffic platform, as I mentioned earlier, that has 50 million students. So you can put your course in a delivery spot that basically has 50 million people going around searching for courses. And of course, you can put it on your own website as well. Now, as far as production was concerned, we were teaching people how to basically film, produce, write ebooks, all that sort of stuff without spending any money. But we thought, what about those people who actually want to create really high quality content? So what we did is we added another module in there, or another content piece, which was how to produce high quality professional product, and what sort of equipment to use and how to get your lighting right and all of that sort of stuff. In the positioning, we also started looking at getting your course marketing title right. I'm going to show you one of the modules or one of the elements that helps you to do that, and how to write great copy so that people read the copy and just want to buy your actual course. And of course, ideal advertising vehicles. Now, the way that we've determined most of this course is essentially do it without spending a cent. So we're not big advocates of you all of a sudden getting out there and spending heaps of money on Facebook advertising and all that. There are much better ways to get yourself out there without spending a cent. And we'll show you how to actually do that. Now, in the launch phase, we also realized to get the bigger numbers, to get the bigger figures, you need to incorporate joint ventures. And so we created a module to teach people how to get joint ventures. Now, we determined the width of it, the depth of it, and that is how you map out your course. So you basically put a whole bunch of questions that you know that people are going to be asking you, and then you go ahead and answer those questions by putting your content pieces in place. Then finally, redetermine if you want to improve your promise or your outcome, and then choose whether you're going to put any more pieces of content. The great thing about online courses is you can decide, oh, wow, how about we put this in the program? How about we put this in the program? You just contact all your students and say, hey, look, we've added another module. Here you go, it's a bonus. And people love bonuses, particularly when you don't promise them up front. You just say, hey, here's another bonus, grab this. And we've been doing that with the marketing elements, and I'll talk about that at the very end. So step 6 and 7 is delivery or school. So how will you actually deliver your courses? So what is the best platform or software for delivery? And there are many, many different types of software and platforms for delivery. And in fact, there are some that cost you $0 and you won't have to pay a cent for them, but yet you can deliver your courses using them. But a big decision to make is whether you're moving into the marketplace space or whether you're moving into the software space. What that means is the software space is you'll get something like a membership type plugin, into your website so you can deliver the course content in a drip feed type sense. Or the marketplace is where you put your course where there are many, many people all searching for courses. And that's a great place. If you're not interested in marketing yourself or selling yourself, a marketplace is the better decision for you, because that way you can just put your course into a marketplace, and then that way you don't have to promote it. You just let them promote your courses. So that's step number 6 and 7, which is the delivery and the school. Step number 8 is production. So the thing is how to produce or film your courses. And there are many, many ways that you can actually do this. Then, of course, how to edit and upload your courses onto a platform. And for example, many of our students just simply upload their courses onto YouTube and just deliver the links of the YouTube videos to their buyers, and or you might call them your students. And so that is a very cheap, in fact, free way that you can deliver your content. And also how to look and sound like a professional. There are various things that you need to do. We talk about setting up your camera angles, about setting up how you actually set up your microphones and all of that. For example, sound is more important than vision in the space of online training. So we've produced thousands of hours of video. We've created so many different programs that over the years, we've really learned how to do this efficiently and masterfully. So there are 3 ways that you can produce your content. You can do live, not so much in COVID times, but you can do live training, and you can film that live training and then edit that up and re-deliver that. So you can get paid for delivering the live training, and then you can keep getting paid for people who now do it online. Now, usually they will pay a higher price for your live training, and you can discount it for other people who do it online, which is a great way to, basically double dip. Another way to do it is in a studio. So you can set up a camera, you can set up lights, and you can set up, for instance, even green screens. And you can do basically your filming in a studio. The way that many of our students do it is they do it via their computer. So this is a little bit of studio and computer. It's a hybrid. It's almost like what you're doing is you can see me in the small little screen, but you're seeing mostly my computer. Now, if you don't like getting in front of a camera, then you can just simply do your computer, where you might use your voice or someone else's voice just going through teaching, and you're showing content as you go. Step number 9, now we're at the positioning point. The thing that you really need to do is position your courses so that they sell. Now, there are some various techniques to do this. And one of those is being able to create attractive course titles so that your course title is compelling and appealing. Now, 80% of your success is actually in your course title. So it's a very critical piece. And then finally, you want to be able to write some compelling copy and follow a system of copywriting that allows people to really understand what you're offering and then become compelling enough and meet some psychological questions and unconscious questions that people have, and answer those through your copy so that people say, yes, this is awesome. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So here is one of those models. So if we look at your course title, there are a couple of matrices here. On the left, you'll see compelling, not compelling at all. So that's how enticing your course title is. Is it unclear in what you're promising, or is it clear? So if we look at this, we end up with a bit of a matrix. And so what we've got is on the bottom left, that's where we don't want to be. It's not compelling and it's completely unclear. Where we ultimately want to be is we want to be at the top right, compelling and clear. Let me give you some examples on this. So first of all, we thought, okay, let's just teach a course that says how to make money online. Now, in truth, it wasn't really compelling. Although it was clear to some degree, it wasn't really compelling. Then we went, how online courses can make you money. That was a little bit more compelling, but again, we could do better than that. So we then said, well, what about if we called it how to build an online course business in 30 days? Now it started to become even more compelling, because we said very specifically, it's how to build online courses, but more so it's an online course business, and teach people how to do that in 30 days. So then we thought, well, what if we focused on this being how to build a 7-figure online course business in 30 days? So that became even more compelling. However, even though the fourth title was the most clear and the most compelling, what we ended up doing is we ended up dropping the 7-figure piece. And the only reason for doing that was we felt that we might intimidate some people, or it might have sounded like one of those claims that were just too good to be true. Now, the truth is, we're teaching people how to build a 7-figure online course business. However, not everyone will get there, because not everyone wants to get there. Not everyone has the mindset to get there. And not everyone will aim to achieve that pinnacle. They might have beliefs that are getting in the way, or value systems that are getting in the way, or some concept or idea that's really getting in their way. So we thought to drop the 7-figure piece, but not change the content. So we're still teaching people how to deliver a 7-figure online course, but we're not saying that. So this is very important, in making decisions about what you're actually calling your course. And this is one measure. Now, I'll give you 3 other title tools to help you to sell courses like hotcakes. And this is one of those tools. So it's a matrix essentially. Now, the final step, step 10, is the launch phase. So what you do is you prepare your launch pad. So that's building, we show you how to use social media, how to also build a landing page, and we actually give you the copy so you know exactly what to write on your landing page. And then set your price to meet your financial goals. And I'll talk about that in a moment. And then light the fuse and launch your course out into the World Wide Web. Now, the greatest thing that I often say in our training is I'll say to people, one of the most exciting things you'll find is your first sale. You know, you'll be out and about somewhere, or you'll be at home, and all of a sudden your phone will, send you a notice to tell you that someone has actually bought your course. And it's one of the most exciting things. It's your first, it's your very first experience at actually putting something online and actually creating an income from it. And it's very, very exciting piece. So the thing that you've got to think about is really, we teach this one thing called 8 steps to the cash register. This comes from our Millionaire Master Academy program. And the first thing you need to do is actually work out your end point. Now, you've probably heard this said a million times before, but this is the application of it. Work out what you want to make. If you want to make 100 grand, for example, and you think you can get around 200 students using perhaps your social media, your database, or however else the people within your network, and we'll show you how to build databases and all of that in this program. But let's say if that's your market, so you know that roughly it's about $500 per course. So each course that you sell will be about the $500 mark. If you're aiming for $500,000, for example, or 500,000, and you think you can get 500 students, then it sets your price at about $1,000. So you want to build a course that is about the $1,000 mark, the $1,000 range. If you're looking for something much less than that, and you're looking for $25,000, let's say, you're just looking for some part-time or some bonus income, and you think you can get about 100 students in this program, well, then it's only $250 per course. So this is one of the steps that we incorporate fairly early in the program to determine where you want to end up. How much money do you really want to make? In the very first module, we start talking about setting your goals, setting your financial goals, and then building the entire thing to meet those financial goals. So really, you're starting at the goal point, not at the course creation point. You really need to think about how much money that you actually want to make. So here are a couple of our students from our Income Incubator program. Matt Tate said, "I'm ready to enjoy a whole new level of income." He said, "Before doing this course, I was stuck spinning my wheels," and he certainly was, "trying to get online. This got me past the fork in the road and helped me to flesh out my course. Now I'm easily producing content, and it's now my turn to enjoy a whole new level of income and freedom." And Sally Roach said, "This is high quality, high value information. This course is everything I needed, and already I'm getting students signing up for my courses. This is high quality, high value information that you only get from someone who's been doing it successfully for years. Sure, it stretched my boundaries and challenged me, but I got results so quickly. I can now see what to do, hear why it is important, and I now know how to build any course in a snap." Now, Sally, for example, has been teaching people how to make money in real estate. She's a multi-millionaire herself, has created that through real estate, and it's an awesome course. And so Mindset Money Box is her business. So if you haven't produced online programs before, it can certainly be a little bit daunting. Now, can I show you the fast and easy way? And this will speed up everything. So let me introduce you to Income Incubator online courses made simple. So this particular program, we called it Income Incubator, and the reason for that was because we realized that this is about building a nest egg. This is about putting courses online until you start meeting the sort of incomes that you want to achieve on a monthly basis. So it's about putting your content there, your babies, your eggs, you know, and letting them hatch and then create opportunities to help other people by putting your courses online. So instead of doing it in 7 steps, we decided to do it in 11. So we extended it. And so what we do is each week, we provide the next module. So people have got a week to think about it, to produce, to create, to devise. And then the following week, we create live training. And we get on there on Zoom with a whole bunch of people and we hold them by the hand and show them how to actually create their online courses. So here are the 11 steps. Step number 1, we have mentioned, it's passion, you know, determining your passion. And we've got some tools to really dig that out of you. So we can find out what you're really passionate about, what you care about, or certainly what great content you have in you. As I said, everyone's got at least $10,000 a month in their brain, in their history, and there is loads of stuff that you can teach online. Step number 2 is demand. Like once you work out what is going to be your first course, what happens next is you determine demand. You know, does it have demand? Does it have legs? Will it sell? Then webinar 3 is determining the ideal outcome. And we focus a lot on your promise. One of my mentors many years ago, he said to me, if you want a big business, create a big promise. If you want a small business, create a small promise. So really key piece. So your webinar 3 is learning about how to build big promises that get big numbers coming into your courses. Webinar number 4 is now your content. Because you've said, here's my promise, how are you going to deliver that promise and build the content so that you definitely get people meeting the outcome. Then finally, webinar 5 is now getting into the modules, starting to learn how you structure your modules to get it all ready and set in order to produce it. And we talk about script writing and bullet pointing and auto cues and all that sort of stuff, so that you know exactly how to actually produce your content. Because webinar 6, we move into delivery. How are you going to deliver it? And we explore various modules, or not modules, but various modalities, ways that you can deliver. And then we talk about building your own school. Now, this isn't for everybody, not the school part. Some people just want to put their program in a marketplace and just let it sell there. But some people want to start making much, much more money in their business. So webinar 7 shows you how to do that. We show you our model and how we've made millions of dollars with online courses. Webinar number 8 is now produce. We're going to show you easy, quick ways. A lot of people at this level, at usually the production phase, find that it really ties them up in knots. It's kind of, how am I going to do this? How am I going to look professional and all of those sorts of things? So we go into a lot of detail to show you a lot of tips and tricks so that you don't go through a head thumping experience. So it's nice and easy for you. Now, webinar 9, you're getting ready to put it out in the marketplace. And now we've got to position it and we've got to get everything ready so that it's all there, set to go, and of course, set to launch it. And at the launch phase, you're basically now just putting it out there in the marketplace and making sure that it's positioned well and it meets your market demand really, really well. Now, here is an extra module that we decided to put in here, and we've discovered that the one thing that could often stop people is their own mindset. So we have put mindset tools in here to help you to get the right mindset so that you can just keep progressing without hindrance. And if there's anything that's going to stop anyone, it's going to be mindset. So we've put that extra module in there to help people. Now, by the way, when we first promoted Income Incubator, we said there was going to be 7 modules. We added another 4. And what I'll be saying to you is we are still adding content. So we're still in the mindset area particularly. So we will continue helping you to get the right mindset and the right skills and know what to do. So the total value of this is $4,997 for the 11 modules to build your online programs. But I'm going to do something a little bit crazy here, so bear with me just for a moment. So the other thing that we thought, what is really going to stop people or slow them down? And that is no support. So we thought, let's create some support. So we create 6 30-minute Zoom sessions, and they're to help any one of our students who are saying, I just don't know how to do this bit, or I haven't really got this bit. So you just book a session, and that session is actually with me personally, because I'm certainly the expert in this space and I can show you how to fast track. A lot of people use this around getting their title right. That can be the one hiccup that kind of slows people down. So what I like to do is help people to get their title right and really nail it so that it works. So you can use that in that context. You also get 3 months of email access so that you can fast track your way to success. So it's actually email and phone access. So you can just call us or email us and say, hey, help me here, help me there. So we thought that this was really, really important, and this would help enormously. So the total value of that is $2,500 for all the support. And here's what you get. So you get your 11 webinars, you get your full support, and your email and phone access as well. So the total value of that is $7,497 for the entire program. However, there is more that I'm going to give you here, and I'm going to, of course, I'm going to discount this so crazily that you're going to think, wow. But here are a couple more students. Akiko Kawakami, she's the Get Things Done coach in Victoria, and she said, you'll be making money while you sleep. She said, this course takes you by the hand over every single step in delightful detail to create, build, and market your online courses. Even if you've never built a single course and believe you are not good at the techie stuff, and especially if you don't have the financial resources right now, you will soon be able to produce content and share your knowledge all around the world and making money while you sleep. And Alex Smith said, it's great usable content, including marketing gold. I'll talk about the marketing gold in a moment. But he said, this course is amazing. So much great usable content, including marketing gold. I now have a straightforward plan from concept to release for any online course I choose to make. I'm easily creating engaging content and can't wait to see my passive income increase. And this is my absolute favorite. This we got yesterday, actually, from one of our students, Marilyn Martin. Grandmother gets 1,902 people enrolled in the course in just weeks. Now, when I say weeks, she's been online for 2 weeks. She now has over 1,900 students in her program. But I love what she says. She says, I thought no one would listen to me, but I was wrong. I joined Income Incubator to build my first online course, and using Marketing Incubator, in just a few weeks, 1,902 people enrolled in my course, and it's still growing. Frankly, I was gobsmacked that a grandmother could succeed in the online world. And she's a reading teacher. So she's got this incredible course that teaches people how to read. She's an ex-teacher, and she really knows her content, and she teaches it very, very well. When I was talking about the production, she just uses her videos, her screen, her computer screen, and just films her computer screen. We'll show you how to do that. And you don't see her in the training, you just hear her and you see her content in front of you. But it's actually a really, really good course. And of course, 1,900 people believe so. So let me give you some also bonuses. So if you've already made up your mind, let me reward you even further. So this is the piece. We called it Marketing Magic in the beginning when we first promoted Income Incubator. It's become more than Marketing Magic. It's now called Marketing Incubator. It's the piece that Marilyn was talking about that really helped her to get 1,900 students in her program. And Marketing Incubator is a program that we're going to bonus here. So it shows you how to write good copy that sells, and this can increase your results by over 300%. Now, Marketing Incubator has become such a big program that it teaches you how to build landing pages, it teaches you how to build email campaigns, all automated. It teaches you how to write email campaigns, how to get good subject headers that get high open rates. It teaches you how to position yourself. It teaches you how to build a customer journey. There is so much content. I won't even go into all of the content, but that program has become bigger than Income Incubator. Because what it's done is it's allowed to draw out of me all my knowledge around marketing. So, what I've been doing is I've been saying to the Income Incubator students, what else do you need to know about marketing? And then they'll say, well, how do you build a landing page? So I said, okay, cool. I'll teach you how to do that next week. And so we've been filming them, recording them. And so you will get all of the Marketing Incubator absolutely free as part of this. It's valued at $4,997. It's a huge program, and this is a game changer. It's no good building online courses if you can't sell them. So this is the piece that ensures that you can actually sell them. The next thing that troubles some people is working out how to actually price your course. So what we're going to give you is a course cost calculator. It's a calculator that basically you basically put in details as to what's in your course, and it analyzes your course and determines what would be the marketable price of your course. So this is a really cool guide. It's not valued as much. It's only valued at $97, but it's priceless in helping you not to make the sort of fundamental rookie errors that many people do in pricing their actual course. The other is the mindset element. And I was talking about mindset a bit earlier. And I'm also going to give you our Life Coach and NLP Practitioner program to really help you to get the right mindset. This is going to give you language skills, communication skills, and also the skills to actually change your own mindset. So that this particular program was the program that helped me to break through the six-figure ceiling that I created for myself. And I'm a big advocate of this program because it did so much for me, and it's doing so much for so many people. So we thought, let's put it in as a bonus. So that's valued at $19.97 as well. So here is essentially what you get. So you get the 11 webinars, you get the Zoom sessions, you equally get the 3 months unlimited email access as well. You get the Marketing Incubator, you get the course calculator, you also get the Life Coach and NLP Practitioner. So the total value of this is $14,588. So we're going to do something a little bit insane. But the question I want to ask you is this: can you do this another way? And the answer is yes, you can. You could do a marketing course, a film course, a copywriting course, and a web development course and pay 3 times as much, because there are many marketing courses that you would pay around $15,000 to get the sort of information that we're giving you and all the templates and all the tips and tricks. You could pay $15,000 for that. And our Marketing Incubator program, just that alone, will give you a great deal more value. You could also troll the internet for years. Now, this is one little thing that I think trips a lot of people up. They try to go out and collect information on the internet, and there is a lot of information on the internet, like, on YouTube and so forth. But the problem is, what you often get is conflicting information. One trainer will say you do it this way, another trainer will say, no, you do it this way. And then people get confused and they stop. So you could do it another way, but today we're really going to make it easy for you, because the truth is there is no comparison. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely drop the price, and I'm going to absolutely make your day. So here is the reason, or one of the reasons, that I want to drop the price to help you. And one is, I want you to tap into the $320 billion market in 2025 and position yourself for that. But also, our success stories are really important. We want you to be another one of our success stories. And also, I'm going to make this so attractive that you'll have to say yes to this, because after today, we're actually going to double the price without the bonuses. So the 14,588 value will be reduced to only $997, or you get everything for just 6 monthly payments of $197. Now, the reason we've done this and we've been so crazy in our price is for this particular reason. We've had such incredible students who are helping humanity in what they are putting out there. So I'm a real advocate for that. I'm a leader's leader. I love leaders. I love people who want to go out there and help humanity. And people in my network are valuable people. They have a lot of really valuable information that they want to share out there in the world. And so from that perspective, I want to help them to be able to get out in the world, to leverage their message, to get their message out there, to get their information out there, because that is how we create a new world and a great world, in my view. So that's why we have reduced it so much, because we're invested in this, we're invested in you. If you've got something of value that you want to put out there in the world, we're right behind you. And we want to make sure that you put up great courses, great content to help humanity and get lots and lots of students. So really leveraging it. So that's it. We want to help leaders lead an evolution. So that's our focus, and that's why we've reduced it so much. So the other thing that we also wanted to do was create a 30-day, no questions asked, success or your money back guarantee. So that means that if after 30 days, it's not for you, or you've changed your mind or whatever, there's no questions asked, you just simply email us and we will give your money back. If you've paid by PayPal, it's a really easy process. We just go back and refund it via PayPal. If you've paid via Stripe with using your credit card, we'll again just go into Stripe and just refund your money. We really want people in this program who really want to help people. And if you don't want to do that, or you've changed your mind for whatever reason, then that's okay. You can part, no questions asked. And the thing really that we've done with this program is we've made it so awesome that you'd be crazy to ask for your money back, but it's there for you if you wish. So you get a full 30-day, no questions asked, success or your money back guarantee. So here is where you go. It's lifebeyondlimits.com.au/income-incubator. So you simply go there, and what you'll see is you'll essentially see a couple of places that you can click. So if you click on the big bar, you get the absolute full discount. If you click on the 6 monthly payments of $197, then you'll just pay $197 each month for 6 months. And so you can either get the fullest discount by clicking on the big bar that says, are you ready to live a life of freedom? Or you can click on the small little type that you can pay 6 payments of $197. And the reason we did that is we thought that way anybody can do this. Anyone can afford $197 a month. And certainly if you want to get the biggest discount, click on the big button. And that's basically how you do it. Now, this ends midnight tonight. There's a good reason for this. We have found that the action takers are the easiest people to train. People who make decisions quickly are the easiest people to train. So that's why we're ending this at midnight, because it's going to be all the action takers. It's going to be all the people who are ready to actually take action that will be our best students. You know, if you can't make decisions, or if you procrastinate a lot in your life, well, maybe jump into this and do the mindset stuff to stop that program. But we want the action takers. We want the leaders. We want the people who really want to make a difference. And the real art in life is giving, not taking. So you've got to give your best. And the way to do that is make decisions quickly. So that's why we're ending it at midnight tonight. So basically what happens is when you click on that button, you'll get to this page. Simply click on the Buy Now button. Then you'll come to this coupon section. This is the checkout. Please make sure you note this down. This is your coupon. So it's 8FY8 FY8CCEM. So 8FY8CCEM. It's a unique code, and you'll need that code, and then you'll click on the apply coupon. And then once you do that, it will reduce the price right down to the $997, or you will click on the other link for the $197 per month. So basically, if you have any questions, so you've got till midnight tonight, so if you've got any questions, here is my personal email. Now, when you email me, I will send you the complete slide deck, so you have all the slides that I've showed you today. That is my email, so go ahead and note that down somewhere. I will also make sure that you get this video again, so you get the actual webinar again, so that you can watch it again if you need to. And if you have any questions, please just email me. I will be out and about a little bit today, but I'll be ducking in and out of the office from time to time, and I will answer any questions that you have. So here is the final price. It's $997, or 6 monthly payments of $197. And all you have to do is go to lifebeyondlimits.com.au/income incubator. So I really look forward to you being in the program. This is an awesome program. This is a life-changing program, not just for you, but for all your students that you will be teaching, all the great things that you know. And this is certainly how you make a great difference in the world. So thank you so much for being part of this today and staying on for the entire time to hear how to create online courses that sell like hotcakes. So what I'm going to do is basically, I will make sure that we get the link to you, and you'll see exactly how to register for this and how to enroll. The thing to think about from here on is literally nothing. You do not have to do any pre-work for this particular course. The course will take you by the hand, step by step. We will literally be starting the course in a week from now. And so we will set a particular time. Once we get all the registrations through, we'll set a certain time, and then we will start the course. All of the content, if you can't make any one of the live trainings, then that will always be recorded, and you will get the link to that so you can revisit the actual module should you miss out on any modules whatsoever. The other thing is, understand that I'm going to be your mentor in this. I'm also going to be your coach in this. I'm also going to be your teacher in this. But the thing is, I'm there with you to help you to achieve your outcome. I don't know about you, but when you look at the world today and you put a thermometer in it, sure, there are some places, there are some leaders, there are some people in this world doing some great work, but there's also still a lot of not so great work. And I really believe that the future of the world is going to be enhanced by people like you and I, who are out there giving good information out to people, giving some truth, so that people can actually see what is real. I know there are many people in our programs that are doing things such as, helping the food industry, pulling toxicity out of foods, people who want to educate how to get out of problems, issues like anxiety and depression and post-traumatic stress disorder and so forth. So the thing is that my job in this is to help you to get success. So if you're willing to be successful, then jump in this program, let me help you, let us all come together and help you to totally create a life beyond limits. That's our goal, that's our aim, that's our promise to you. We will ensure that you succeed. That's our job. And we're going to do the best we possibly can to help you, to help others. My name is Rick Schnabel. If we've never met before, I hope I've been able to help you today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side in the program, and have an amazing day. Please, wherever you are in the world, keep yourself nice and safe and healthy. And I hope to see you in the program very, very soon. Bye for now.